After TPM pillars, we are going to see now the types of maintenance. See, whenever we utter a word maintenance, there are always some terms get associated with it, right? For example, preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance. So now we'll try to see what are the different types of maintenance that are generally seen. The first of the type of the maintenance activity is basically a breakdown maintenance. What is a breakdown maintenance? Breakdown maintenance is basically a thing which generally happens whenever the machine goes into the downtime due to any of the reason. The reason could be, say, bearing is not working, or probably some spare part is not working, and that actually forces the machine to go into not working condition. Now, as a main name suggests, it's a breakdown, right? So everybody is basically focusing on how that equipment or how that machine can be restored to its good condition, and that's why the entire focus of the maintenance is goes to how we can make it live. So all type of the maintenance activity that has been basically done in order to overcome such breakdown and make my machine live are configured under maintenance activity. There is another activity which is called as a corrective maintenance activity. Now what is its corrective maintenance activity? Now many times I have observed that while having one of the breakdown, while correcting one of the breakdown, the maintenance team understand there are certain other unsatisfactory part also within a machine. So they decided to change that particular part because it is an observation. Remember, it's not a preventive maintenance, but whenever they are opening a machine for maintaining or overcoming the breakdown, then they understand some there are some issues, and that's why they take some kind of an corrective action. It is called as a corrective maintenance activity. Sometimes you also call it as a refurbishing, where there are many parts which are get replaced. The third maintenance activity basically comes is a preventive maintenance. Now preventive maintenance, as the name suggests, it is basically done for prevention, right? There are two activities that we have seen in the past: reactive and proactive. Reactive, the breakdown and corrective maintenance activity comes under reactive because breakdown had happened, and in order to overcome that breakdown, in order to make my machine live, we basically do some maintenance, right? While in case of an preventive maintenance and predictive maintenance, it's not a reactive but it's a proactive thing. That means before machine goes into the breakdown, we take all care that will ensure that machine won't go into breakdown. It is generally done regularly. Mostly it is a time based, and sometimes it is condition based as well. Now what is time based? For explaining the time based uh, preventive maintenance, the best example is our four-wheeler. So whenever we purchase a four-wheeler, the first servicing, what they say, within a 1 month, second servicing within say 5 months, third servicing within a year, right? So it's basically a time base. Like that also there are many machines under in our shop floor which basically we do a maintenance activity probably after 1 month or quarterly or 6 monthly depending upon its condition. It can also be a condition based. Taking the same example of the four-wheeler, it also says either 1 month or 1,000 kilometer, whichever comes earlier, right? So your understanding, the condition is basically 1,000 kilometer. So if my vehicle completes the 1,000 kilometer, how though it have not completed the 1 month, you are supposed to do the preventive maintenance. So what are those two things? I think you are clear with that. One is time based and the second one is a condition based. The last maintenance activity in this category is basically the predictive maintenance activity. Now, what is a predictive maintenance? Now predictive basically talks about the life cycle of the parts that are the part of the machines. For example, I'm finding some vibration on the machine, so I will not probably wait for its preventive maintenance to come. Since vibration is giving me some kind of a feedback, I'll immediately check what is the life of the particular part that is being used, and if it has gone beyond that, then irrespective whether it is a time for preventive maintenance or not, I'm going to change that. This probably you will observe in case of an bearing most of the time because it has a certain life. So once that life is get achieved, you basically change the particular part. All abnormalities need to be eliminated first for this to be effective. What do you mean by all abnormalities need to be eliminated first? So one cannot directly start with the predictive maintenance. So one has to ensure that the preventive maintenance, operator maintenance is basically in place. Then only the predictive maintenance will be more effective. Now whenever I say management activities with related to maintenance, now what they talk about? They basically talk about the importance that has to be given from management side to the maintenance. Many a times we see basically the priority is given to the production and maintenance work goes into the backside. Now remember, whenever I say maintenance work, I'm not talking about only breakdown. Definitely whenever the breakdown comes, breakdown maintenance happens very urgently and everybody is doing a firefighting on that. What I'm talking about is basically the preventive maintenance. See, if there are many times we basically observe that there are certain preventive maintenance plan is in place. However, due to pressure from the production, that has been given a second priority. So if such things are happening, then it is not advisable, and that's why management need to take care of the planning work of the maintenance. When I'm saying need to take care, they need to respect the whatever planning work has been done. We need to management need to also identify the critical spare parts. What critical spare parts is going to do? Management of these parts basically will ensure that your breakdown time or repair time is basically is as small as possible. Just imagine a situation when the machine is went into the breakdown and you don't have the critical spare part with you. So what will you do? Either you will go outside, you will keep, or you will keep the purchase order, and then basically the so lead time will start, and then after some days the critical part will arrive. Till then it will be under breakdown. Maintenance of a machine history, as I mentioned in the predictive maintenance, it is very much essential to maintain the machine history well. Which part is replaced when, what is the life of that particular part at current stage, what is the life of that particular part, and all of those things need to be tracked very carefully. There was a question in the first when I was talking about the TPM, when I talked about whether the maintenance is a work of only maintenance or production is also supposed to do. So whenever we are learning a concept of a TPM, we understood that it is a team effort. It cannot be a work of only maintenance. So at a broad level, how this can be seen? This can be seen in this way, that there are some part of the maintenance that has to be done by the production team, right? And there are some part of the maintenance like preventive maintenance that has to be done by the maintenance department. However, there is a possibility that involvement of these two may not ensure all the maintenance activities that is being done very correctly. So we may need an external help, which basically we call as an outside contractor maintenance. So it's a combination of three whenever it comes to the maintenance activity. We must know the most appropriate maintenance method for all types of deterioration, and we must understand the characteristic of the deterioration of every part of the equipment. The maintenance team generally done by the production team is generally called as the Jizu Hossein or the operator maintenance. However, designing that particular part, you need to have the involvement of maintenance team. Again, to have a better clarity between the operation maintenance and the maintenance division, then if you see, there are 6 broad blocks which have been mentioned, like establishing basic condition, keep operational condition, prevent machine from deteriorating, improve work points in the design, and improve skill. If you ask me, whenever it comes to the production maintenance, it goes on decreasing in this way, and for the maintenance division it goes on increasing in this way. So establishing a basic condition, if you see, it's more or less only a work of operation side, correct, and so on. So this is very important to clearly define what are the role and responsibility of the production as well as the maintenance team when it comes to the maintenance part of it, of the equipment. So you will understand that whenever we will discuss the operator maintenance sheet or JH, which basically talks about how clearly one should define the maintenance activity.